Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. Germany is a country in Europe. It is known around the world. Many people think Germany is a very rich country. This is true. Germany has one of the biggest economies in Europe and in the world. People in Germany often have good jobs and earn good money. Many famous and big companies started in Germany. Think about cars, for example. Companies like Mercedes-Benz and BMW are German. These companies make cars that people buy in many countries, but it is not only cars. Germany has other big companies too. They make different things like machines and technology. Germany makes many good products. It sells these products to other countries. This is called exporting. Germany exports a lot. They sell cars, machines, chemicals, and other high-quality things. Selling many things to other countries helps Germany become rich. So why is Germany so rich? How did it become a country with many big companies and a strong economy? This is an interesting question. In this lesson, we will look at the history of Germany. We will learn about the steps Germany took over many years. We will see how it grew strong and became one of the richest countries today. We will learn about its past and how it built its wealth. 2. Old times in Germany. A long time ago, the place we call Germany was not one country. It was many small states. There were hundreds of them. These states were part of a larger area called the Holy Roman Empire. This empire was very big and included land that is now in different countries. Rivers were very important for the people in these German states. Rivers like the Rhine and the Elbe helped connect cities. Cities along the rivers could easily move goods. Cities near the sea, like Hamburg in the north, became big centers for trade. They received goods from cities further inland along the rivers. Then they traded these goods with people from other countries. Their main trade partners were big European empires like the Dutch, French, and British. These empires had lands far away across the sea. They needed many manufactured goods to trade with people in those lands. The small German states were good at making these manufactured goods. They made high-quality things, especially from steel. They made items like tools, weapons, and cutlery, which are knives, forks, and spoons. The city of Solingen was very famous for its cutlery. German cutlery was sold in many places around the world, even across the ocean in countries like Brazil. This trade was very good for the German states. Many people worked making these products. Businesses grew. The economy became stronger, growing slowly but steadily. But things began to change in the early 1800s. In England, new machines were invented. These machines used steam power and could make things much faster and cheaper than people working by hand in workshops in Germany. Factories in England produced many goods. England did not need to buy as many things from the German states anymore. German businesses found it hard to sell their products because English products were cheaper. They tried to buy parts from England and just finish the products in Germany. Then, wars caused more problems. A powerful leader named Napoleon fought against England. He controlled many parts of Europe, including the German states. Napoleon stopped the German states from trading with England. This was a big problem because German businesses needed parts from England. Many businesses could not work and had to close. The German states tried to make their own parts, but it was difficult and took a lot of time to start. After Napoleon lost the wars, the German states could trade with England again. But now it was very cheap to buy parts from England. The new businesses in Germany that had started making parts could not compete with the low prices from England, so they also had to close. By the year 1815, after all these problems, businesses in the German states were in a very bad state. The economy was not doing well. People needed new ideas to make businesses strong again. 3. New ways to trade. After the difficult times, things started to get better for the German states. There were not hundreds of small states anymore. Now there were only about 39 states. This was a big change. Before, if a trader wanted to move goods across the land, they had to stop many times. At each stop, they had to pay money, a tax, to the local ruler. This made trading very slow and expensive. With fewer states, there were fewer stops and fewer taxes. Trade became much easier and cheaper. One important state was called Prussia. Prussia found a lot of coal and iron in its land. These were very important materials for making things like machines and tools, but Prussia's land was in two parts. To move the coal and iron from one part to the other, they had to go through other states. These states wanted to charge taxes, so Prussia started a group with some other states. This group agreed to trade with each other without taxes. It was like a free trade area. More and more German states saw that this was a good idea. In 1833, many of these smaller groups joined together. They made one big group called the Zollverein. This name means customs union in German. States in the Zollverein could trade freely. This helped businesses in these states grow strong again. Factories that made iron, steel, and other goods started to appear. Moving goods was also getting faster. New ways to travel and transport things appeared. Canals were improved so ships could move easily. New roads were built that were stronger and lasted longer. But the biggest change was the train. Trains could move a lot of goods very quickly between cities. The first train line in Germany was built in 1835. In about 30 years, trains connected most of the main cities. These new ways to trade and transport things helped the German economy a lot. Businesses could sell their products to more people because trade was easier. They could also get materials like coal and iron more easily. By the 1860s, the average person in the German states was becoming as rich as people in countries like France or Britain. 4. One big country. The German states joined together. They became one big country. It was called the German Empire. This happened in 1871. This new country was very powerful. Germany needed new ideas for machines and factories. Before, they often copied ideas from other countries. But now, Germany wanted its own new technology and new ways to make things. So they made good schools for people to learn new special skills. There were schools for jobs like technical schools and universities. There were also schools where people learned skills by doing, called vocational schools. Learning these skills helped people work in new kinds of businesses and make new products. From around 1850 to 1880, the country's economy grew much faster than before. The number of people living in Germany also became 2 times bigger in this time. By the 1880s, things made in Germany were known around the world for being very good quality. People trusted German products, but building new factories and businesses needed money. Factories are expensive. Most people did not have enough money to build one. The government could not always give money to help. Banks could give loans, but German banks were often small. They gave small and medium-sized loans. This helped small and medium-sized businesses to start. Many of these were family businesses. They worked hard and grew. Around 700 of these businesses that started between 1850 and 1913 still exist today. These family businesses became very good at what they did. They often became leaders in their field later. These smaller businesses made special products for certain customers. They focused on making specific things very well. They did not make a lot of the same things, like bigger factories in other countries like the UK or USA. Germany did have some large companies, but not as many as other countries of a similar size. German industry became very successful. They needed things they could not make themselves in Germany. For example, they needed things like sugar cane or cotton, so Germany needed to trade with countries near them. They made agreements with countries like the Netherlands in the 1850s. Germany bought raw materials from the Dutch colonies. The Dutch bought things made in Germany. In 1862, Germany also made a free trade agreement with France. Germany was in the middle of Europe. This helped it become an important place for trade between many countries around it. Over time, Germany made more and more trade agreements with its neighbors. The new German Empire was strong, but the world was also becoming less peaceful. There were wars between countries. When countries are not friends, they stop trading easily. Countries started to protect their own businesses more. They put extra taxes on things from other countries or limited how much could be bought. When other countries stopped buying German things easily, German businesses had fewer customers outside Germany. So, the German government also put extra taxes on things from other countries. This protected businesses inside Germany. It meant people in Germany bought more German things instead of things from other countries. However, Germany focused a lot on making things in factories. They built many mining companies, steel factories, and places making electrical or chemical products. But they did not focus enough on farming or other jobs like services or health care. German farms were not as good or as productive as farms in other countries. Instead of making farms better, Germany just stopped buying food from other countries easily by limiting foreign trade. This hurt the economy in some ways. As factories grew, many people moved from the countryside to cities to work. Between 1871 and 1900, about 2.5 million people moved to find jobs in factories. Most factories were in the western part of the country. German businesses started to need workers from other countries because so many people were working in the growing factories. 5. Hard times and big wars. Life in Germany became very hard. In 1914, a big war started. It was called World War I. Germany fought in this war for 4 years. In the end, Germany lost the war. Because Germany lost, it had to give away some of its land. People who lived in this land were German, but now they lived in other countries. Many of these people came back to Germany. Germany also had to pay a lot of money to other countries that won the war. This was very bad for the German economy. Many businesses had problems. They could not trade easily with the land Germany lost. There were new taxes to pay when sending goods across borders. Businesses closed and many people lost their jobs. Money became worth very little. Prices for food and other things went up very, very high. It was hard for people to buy what they needed. In the 1930s, the world had a big economic problem called the Great Depression. This made things even worse for Germany. More businesses closed and more people lost their jobs. Germany was a very poor country with little hope. A new government came to power. The economy started to grow a little, but not for everyone. Rich people got richer, but most people stayed poor. The government spent a lot of money on building an army instead of helping people. Then, another big war started in 1939. This was World War II. Germany fought again and after 6 years lost again. This second war was terrible for Germany. Many cities were bombed and destroyed. Factories were also ruined. The country was in ruins. After World War II, Germany was divided into different parts. Other countries controlled these parts. The future for Germany looked very difficult. 6. Building again. After the Second World War ended, Germany faced huge challenges. Much of the country, its cities, and its factories were destroyed by the fighting. The country was also split into different areas, and we will focus on West Germany. West Germany began the very hard task of building everything again from the ground up. This needed a lot of money. The government made a plan where people with great wealth had to pay a special tax on what they owned. This wealth tax helped provide the money needed to rebuild infrastructure, homes, and businesses across the country after the destruction. Making good relationships with other nations was also a key part of the plan for the future. After 2 terrible wars, West Germany worked hard to build trust and cooperate peacefully with its neighbors. This helped to create a more stable future and opened up important opportunities for international trade. Small and medium-sized businesses were central to the new economy that was being built. Many of these were long-standing family companies that had been there for a long time. There was a huge number of them across West Germany, making up more than 99% of all businesses. They were incredibly important for creating jobs, giving work to over 58.5% of the people. These businesses also produced a large share of the country's economic output, around 47% of everything produced. These companies often became experts in making just 1 or 2 specific kinds of products. They specialized deeply. Different areas of West Germany developed businesses that focused on different types of goods and skills. These specialized companies traded parts and finished items with each other across the regions. They also exported their high-quality, specialized products to other countries around the world. To encourage trade and cooperation, especially with its neighbors, West Germany joined a new international group. This group included France, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. They agreed to trade important things like coal and steel freely between their countries. This European coal and steel community was very important because it helped member countries grow their industries and economies together and work in peace after the wars. This group was an important first step towards the European Union. Building again after the war, using money from the rich, focusing on many small, specialized businesses, and working closely with other European countries through trade groups, allowed West Germany to recover quickly and become a strong economy once more. It was a period of intense hard work and new beginnings that led to economic growth. 7. Two Germanys become one. West Germany became quite strong after the war. Its economy grew well and life was good for many people. Businesses were successful and there were jobs. But in the 1970s and 80s, West Germany faced some economic difficulties. There was a time when the economy did not grow much, and the high price of oil caused issues for businesses and people. The government also found itself with increasing debts because it was spending more than it received in taxes. To solve these money problems, the government made a decision to cut spending. They reduced the amount of money spent on different things each year. This policy was sometimes difficult, as it meant less money for certain projects. However, over time, this helped the government's finances to improve. By the late 1980s, West Germany's economic situation was much better, and the government had its debts under control. This careful way of managing money became important later. Then, in 1990, a very important event took place. The time when Germany was divided ended. East Germany and West Germany joined together to become one country again. This was a time of great happiness and hope for many Germans. But joining two countries that had been separate for over 40 years was not easy. They had different money, different laws, and very different economic systems. East Germany had a different economic system, and its factories and infrastructure, like roads and train lines, were not as modern as in the West. Many businesses in the East were not ready to compete in the West's market economy. The cost of making the eastern part of the country strong and modern was very high. It required huge amounts of money, adding up to trillions of dollars over many years. The government invested heavily in the East, building new roads, improving old buildings, and helping new businesses start. Extra taxes were used to help pay for this large project. This huge cost put a strain on the whole German economy for a few years after 1990. Germany went through a period of economic difficulty as it worked to pay for the development of the East. Despite this massive investment and the temporary difficulties, the eastern part of Germany took a long time to catch up economically. Even today, after more than 30 years, there are still economic differences between the East and the West. Because the western part of Germany had more jobs and better salaries, many people from the East decided to move there. This movement of people looked for new opportunities and a better life. Finding jobs in the West often meant they could earn more money. This also helped the Western economy by providing more workers. The joining of the two Germanys was a big step that changed the country's future and economy greatly. 8. Germany and Europe today. Germany is a very important country in Europe today. It has one of the biggest economies in the world and is often called the economic engine of Europe. Many large and famous companies come from Germany, like car makers and technology businesses. Germany sells many good quality products to countries all over the world. Its biggest exports are things like machinery and vehicles. Germany is known for making high-quality equipment used by companies everywhere. Germany is seen as a leader in the European Union. It helped new countries become part of this group. Germany also uses the euro, which is money shared by many European countries. Using the euro makes it easier to trade and do business with other countries that use the same money. A big reason for Germany's strong economy is its focus on small and medium-sized businesses. These businesses are very important. More than 99% of all companies are small or medium-sized. They provide jobs for many people and make up almost 60% of all jobs. These businesses often make special products and are leaders in their specific areas. Germany also has a special way of teaching people skills for jobs. This is called vocational education. Students spend time in schools learning theory and also work in companies to get practical experience. This helps them get good jobs easily after they finish studying because they already have experience. This system helps make the German workforce very skilled and effective. Industries with the most jobs are vehicle building and different types of engineering. Germany is also known for new ideas and spends more than 3% of its money on research and development. It is seen as an innovative country in Europe. However, Germany also has some problems today. Some roads and bridges are old and need fixing because the government did not spend enough money on them for a time. Also, not everyone in Germany is getting richer. For the bottom half of people, life has not improved much. Some people, even if they work full-time, find it hard to pay for basic things like food. But overall, Germany remains a wealthy country with skilled people. Its average income is high compared to most European countries. Germany plays a big role in Europe and the world economy today.